believe it, if I'm honest. 2 years ago, we started the business. Actually, 2 years ago, I started the business because James said it would never work and not to talk to him about it, ever, didn't you?
Yep, and I know, I feel quite stupid now, but in my defence, if you're not familiar with network marketing and you're not familiar with the industry, it can seem a little bit unbelievable to achieve what we've achieved, and I feel you kind of get conditioned when you work as hard as we have for as long as we have.
Yeah, I mean, we worked really, really hard. I was a retail manager, so I was very conditioned into thinking that that was all there was for me. It's all I'd ever done. And James was running a traditional business in the nightclub industry, and we worked ridiculous hours. We didn't have any time, and we got to the end of the month and we were just okay financially and, you know, mediocre. Nobody strives for mediocre, and I certainly didn't dream of mediocre when I was a little girl. And we still had dreams, don't get me wrong. We desperately wanted to travel the world. We used to sit at home saying, when we win the lottery, we'll travel. We'll go to America, we'll get a place in the sun, we'll build our own house. And it was always when we win the lottery, which is just bonkers when you think about the chances of winning the lottery. We were literally leaving it to chance, millions to one, that might be our life if we got lucky and our number came in. But when I saw Forever, I knew that it didn't have to be to chance, it could be to design. And if I just worked really hard, then we could have all of those things. And there's no going back. Well, there was no going back for me when I saw that, because, you know, if you know you can have that, with hard work and learning some new things, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror in 5 years and think, you could have had it, but you chose not to because you didn't do the work, or that just wasn't an option for me. But it took you a little bit longer, didn't it? Yeah, it took me a little bit longer to get it, and that's because I completely judged the industry on what I thought I knew. None of it was based on fact, none of it at all. In fact, I did my best to completely misunderstand the industry, and that was because I'd already formed my opinions, and well, nobody likes to be proved wrong, do they? Michelle made a point of telling me to read some books and do some research, and I made a point of not reading those books and not doing that research. And I'd already formed my opinions, and I didn't want to go out and try and prove myself wrong. And it wasn't until 4 months into the business that Michelle was earning £2,000 a month that I kind of thought, hold on a minute, now that's not a life-changing amount of money, but to be in a position where you can start a business from scratch with £200 and 4 months later be in a position where you're earning more than you were as a retail manager, well, I thought that was pretty impressive. Now, I'd run my own nightclub promotions business for years, and that took me thousands to get that off the ground with absolutely no support. And 7 years down the road, I was still not in a position where I was financially secure and financially stable. So it was at that point that I thought, right, I've got to read some books and I've got to do some research. And I remember finding something and saying to Michelle one day, did you know that Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett are massive supporters of network marketing, of your industry? And she looked at me with this look of, yeah, of course I did. And it was at that point that I thought, right, I've got to get involved, I've got to do this, I want to be part of this and I want to do it. So I told Michelle, and she said, whoa, don't think I'm going to carry you. You need to do the training, you need to learn how to do this, you need to learn how to become a professional at this. You need to put the time in, you need to put the effort in, and you need to take it seriously. I did. It makes me sound terrible to say that I reacted like that, but I reacted like that because it's true, and I say the same thing to the team. You will not get anywhere in this business if you don't treat it like a profession and you're not prepared to learn it from the ground up. I get messages on Facebook from people in network marketing, some of them in Forever, saying to me, you know, Michelle, I've been doing this for 3 months or 6 months and it's not happened for me yet, I'm not earning a great income, I'm not successful yet, I'm struggling. And it makes me smile, and I always say the same thing, you know, you're not struggling. You're learning a new profession and you're being impatient, but you're not struggling, because, you know, doctors, lawyers,
7 years plus they'll go to university, not earn a penny while they're doing it, rack up debt even, to learn their profession. And, you know, they don't earn the sort of income that some people do with network marketing. So we should actually be really grateful for the fact that you can earn as you learn, you know, and being committed, dedicated, learning the skills is what you just have to do, and you have to be really patient and know that it's not a marathon and not a sprint, it's a marathon. So, you know, that's all we did. No experience, and me personally knew nothing about business. James had a little bit of traditional background, but not a lot of it was transferable, so we had to learn. And you know, it wasn't easy. I worked 60-hour weeks around, you know, with a full-time job, and had to fit this in. So I didn't have a lot of time, but I made time. I didn't know what I was doing, but I made time to find out. And I could have made a lot of excuses, I just chose not to, because I wanted it really, really badly. And it's not been easy, you know. 2 years of ups, downs, emotional roller coaster, lots to learn and disappointment. But my God, has it been worth it? I mean, life now is...
Life is completely different now. Completely different. We're in a position just over 2 years into the business, we earn a 6-figure income. We travel the world whenever and wherever we want to, and all we need to do is have Wi-Fi and we can work on the go. Come August this year, and we're only actually going to have been in the UK for 12 days this year. Now that's our dream, that might not be your dream, but you're in a position where you've got your hands on a vehicle that can get you to wherever you want to be. The question is, what are you prepared to do with that? That's the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, when we sat down a year ago and we set a goal, and that goal was reaching Soaring Manager and earning £10,000 a month and travelling the world. And you know, when we set that goal, we didn't really believe we could achieve it, did we?
Nope.
It sounded like an obscene amount of money. I mean, I worked 60-hour weeks as a retail manager and probably earned £1,400–1,500 a month. So to earn that amount of money seemed completely unrealistic, but I thought if it's possible, I'll do whatever it takes to get it. And sat here now, achieving that position and earning that sort of income, wow. And you know, if I could give you one piece of advice, it would be, don't listen to the naysayers, ignore the negatives, the neg heads as I call them. Because there are going to be plenty of people that misunderstand what you do, don't make time to understand, form an opinion, don't support you. That might be your husband.
Never ever going to live that down.
Nope.
Ever.
It might be your mum, your dad, friends, family, and it hurts. And it hurt me too. You know, I've had people say negative things about what we do and make hurtful comments, but you can't let it stop you. Can you imagine if I'd have let it stop me, if we'd have let it stop us? You know, we wouldn't be sat here now living this life, and there's over 1,000 people in our team now. That's 1,000 lives that we've touched, helped, and that's priceless. You know, it's bigger than us and our goals. It becomes that way. When you first get started, it's all about what you want to achieve, but it becomes about other people and changing lives. We're being recognised today for helping 5 people get started and then reach the sort of income that means they can leave their job. That's life-changing. And what they don't realise is, in doing that, they've completely changed their life as well. And that makes me emotional. And, you know, the first person that we helped get to manager, Richard Cooper, he is a dad of 2. And when we met him, he just wanted a better future for his children. That was all it was about for him. And Michelle Elwell, our second manager, family support worker with 2 beautiful girls, and now earns double from a forever business what she did working a full-time job, leaving her children every day. Now she's at home with them, doesn't have to go to the job anymore. And we sat down and set a goal, me and Michelle, and she wanted to go to Lapland for Christmas with her 2 girls, and she wanted to take them to Disneyland in Florida. And couldn't believe that she'd ever be able to afford to do those things, and she's just booked those holidays. Again, just priceless. Victoria Sexton, our 3rd manager, retail manager just like me, sacked the box in 6 months, is a phenomenal leader, and confidence-wise has grown so much as a person, and that's what this business does for you if you let it and you embrace it. Our fourth manager, Chantal Shaw, ex-military, a law background as well. 6 months in, achieving amazing things again, incredible team, and getting life-changing results with the opportunity. And our fifth manager, Brigetta Anderson, our number 5. I was terrified of Brig, and you're probably going to listen to this and laugh, but she was the district attorney for the state of New Mexico, and I just thought, wow, like, amazing job, powerful woman, and I was scared of her.
She was scared.
But it built an incredible business, and although she had this amazing career that she'd worked really hard for, she didn't have a life. She had no time. Now she works from home full time with around her 3 boys, and she's got her life back. And I'm so proud of each and every one of you. We're so proud of each and every one of you. And you've all become amazing, amazing friends too. I've lost some friends because of the business, because they formed an opinion and I didn't like it. But I've made so many more.
Better ones.
Better friends, like-minded friends. And you all mean the world to me, and all of you from Team Impact, you know who you are. Thank you for playing such an amazing part in our journey.
We love you all.
We genuinely do, and thank you to everyone in Forever that's supported us, because there's so many of you. We couldn't have done it without you. There's so many that we're not going to try and mention everyone's names and run the risk of offending someone. So thank you to all of you. You know who you are.